Go Eagles. This is probably the worst time to have a show because that LA game is kind of going nuts. Big shout outs if you're a Cincinnati fan. I'm probably going to see a lot of people become a Cincinnati fan probably tomorrow. Joe Burrow jerseys are probably going to be, a top 10, top 5 jersey tomorrow. But yeah, good football this week. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing so good. You guys know I'm not a Star Wars fan, but apparently some huge stuff happened in Boba Fett. Yes, Boba Fett, not Bubba Fett. So that's kind of crazy. In the wrestling world, I heard Ronda Rousey came back. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, lots to talk about. Black Panther 3, Thor 21, comic news. We're going to get through all of that tonight. So I hope the Coronas are cold and the popcorn is warm. Drink of choice today, ladies and gentlemen. Kirkland, can't fuck that up. Yours truly from Costco. Joined by two amigos tonight. Let's bring them out just so they don't get quiet. So let's go. First up, he's probably the nicest guy on YouTube. He's always there anytime I need something. He's always top notch. Face, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, bro? What's going on? Sorry, we got some sirens that are going off outside. So
oh, was it the convoy, the Canadian convoy?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Cincinnati, they looked all right tonight.
Fuck,
well,
dude.
Today.
My brother-in-law is a huge Chiefs fan, and he was like just losing it. Like I couldn't even joke with him because like
yeah, I'm sure a lot of fans were feeling it.
Yeah, so hey, it is what it is. There's only one winner at the end, right? That's the thing. There's only one winner at the end, so
right.
It is what it is. All right, let's bring out our second amigo. He's none other than Mr. BC, place to be, Island Boy, Island Man. What's going on, man?
Not much. You?
I can't complain, dude. Living the dream. Canadian convoy is going crazy. They were on my street earlier today. So yeah, other than that, and it being minus 15 here, I mean it's good times, man. How are you?
Be honest with me. You parked your truck at Parliament, didn't you? I know you did. I know you did.
No, man. No. I don't know. Or like around here, I don't think they were like educated enough, but yeah. So
hold on. Yeah, now you mentioned Star Wars. And you got the name right. You said Boba Fett, so we're all proud. But we actually didn't get any episodes of Boba Fett this week. We got a new episode of Mandalorian though. That was great.
Oh, okay. Wasn't it? Yeah, isn't that the guy? That's what I mean though. Like all I saw was
yeah, no, it was an interesting one because it was the book of Boba Fett, but he wasn't in it at all. He didn't show up at all in the episode. It was all Mando, so which was great. I'm not complaining at all. It's just it was definitely a Mandalorian episode.
100%.
Shit, eh? Okay, all right. Yeah, because I didn't know. Somebody messaged me. Okay, I'm not gonna name them because like I don't want them to feel stupid, but they messaged me like the clip, thinking that maybe I would be like pumped for it. And my response was, I was like, I don't know what I'm watching, and they were like,
Newbie was like, who the fuck is this?
It's fucking yo. This is like the, and I was like, oh, cool. Thank you. Like what am I supposed to say, right? So
no, it wasn't. But it was massive, man. It was a great episode. Face, I know you
know. Yeah, you'll know who it is. What is it? Shit, I think is it this week? Is that issue dropping this week?
For what?
Darth Vader 20.
No, that's 2 weeks from now.
Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah. Is it no? Is it the 9th?
I don't think. No, there's no Darth Vader this week.
I don't remember when the fuck it's dropping, but it's the the one with the
Mando one.
The Mando cover.
I think if my shop did me good, Big B, if you're watching, if you're listening, I did get 3 copies, so we'll see what happens. I'm supposed to get 3 copies, but
yeah, no, that did you guys see the second print?
Mm-hmm.
The Beskar border? Yeah, of course, bro. I got it, of course.
All right.
I'm picking up a copy. I gotta get.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you can do so, like last week, just let me know who finishes the game. I'm cheering for San Fran. I don't really care who wins. I just rather Cincinnati play San Fran. I think it'll be a better game than LA because I just think that if LA's in it, I think it could be a blowout. So I'm hoping for San Fran. So yeah, just keep us posted. I think it's 20-17 with like a minute left. So yeah, but let's get the show started. New Comic Book Day, comic news. And guys and ladies, if you're here for the spec, well, I got some news. No spec tonight. However, I was gonna change the spec. And actually, I wanted to talk about some of the releases that came out last week. specifically Black Panther 3. So we will be touching on Black Panther 3 conversations at the end of the show. So please stay tuned for that. And okay, Rams won. So
Yeah, 2017, baby.
God, that's so stupid. Oh my God. All right. I'm over it.
So
I'm an Eagles
Rams
fan,
in
so my
Cincinnati.
season was over. Yeah, I'm cheering for Cincinnati now. So it
I
doesn't
was
matter.
almost hoping for San Francisco and Cincinnati just for that '90s vibe.
Yeah, right. So I don't know.
But yo, face it, guys, isn't the Super Bowl at the Charger Stadium?
No, it's in LA's.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, they're Chargers. Yeah,
Oh.
it's the same one. The Rams and Chargers share the same arena or
So
stadium.
it's at the Rams Stadium.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You
Oh.
almost have to root for the Rams then.
Yeah.
Listen, the first and
Win it
only
at home?
team to win the Super Bowl at home was last year, Tampa Bay. They won it in Tampa, and it's just kind of funny now that it's like, oh fuck, it could happen two years in a row. So
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
we'll see. All right. Before we join the newbie verse, let's say hello to everybody. And I want to thank everybody who tuned into that flea market video. You know, a lot of people have been messaging me about it, and a lot of people are saying that they're jealous because they don't have a flea market like that around theirs. But that's why you got to come to Niagara. That's why you got to come to Canada. So, gold medals going to Dan. And Dan, I want to thank you so much, man, for sending me that information on Tales of Suspense 39. Unfortunately, by the time that I wanted to pull the trigger, the book was already gone. But I appreciate you looking out for me, man. Silver medals going out to Michael Baker. What's going on, man? How you doing? You were in Ozzy's show earlier this afternoon with me, so I appreciate you for tuning in. Mr. Mel V's in the house, drunken chat. I don't need to explain. Friday, 12:30, 12:45. You guys already know, drunken chat. Make sure you guys go check out drunken chat. Mel V, dude, I'm telling you right now, he always gives out shit. He gave away Black Panther 1 in 25.
Yeah, man.
That's just how he does every week. So
And yo, I was following the posts. Like the price is going up. He's like, yo, I'm not gonna flake on. I'm still gonna give this away. And
I know, right?
Yeah,
but
he
we'll
does,
talk
man.
about all that. We'll talk about it. But he's always good to the community. He's always like that. And I was actually able to stay past my bedtime and rejoin the guys because that's kind of where I started off on YouTube was with the drunken chat crew. And you know, it was nice to be on there with those guys and ladies. So big shout outs to them. Empire, what's going on, man? What's up? Uncanny Swag, yeah, great spec on TiVo show. I was at the airport, so I was not able to watch, so I apologize. I'll have to watch it on the rewind. Tim, I just saw you on Saturday. He had a good time with Bleeker and Keys. They met up, and we're actually, Tim told me that they chatted for like 3 hours, so not bad.
Oh. Yeah, I wish I was a fly on the wall for that one.
Yeah.
Right.
And for those of you, you know, keeping score at home, Keys did have a sweater on and a jacket, so you know, sleeves were on. Wesley, what's going on, man? How you doing? Comment ish. Bleeker, what's happening, man? Thanks for joining. RP, Miss Island Woman, Island Girl, Marissa, how are you? Face is the nicest guy on YouTube. What kind of bullshit is that?
Right?
I know, right? I totally thought he was bringing out BC.
Yeah, I know. And that's where the fuck up was. I did that on purpose, man. BC riding the lightning tonight. North 49. What's going on? Philly Bourne's in the house. Don Jess Cruz is in the house. Man, Vancouver Comic Junkie. There's a lot of people. Specs, man. Rams are going to have played the NFC Championship game and Super Bowl at home.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They still got to win it first. They got to win it. Okay. I hope Cincinnati destroys them, but
Well, no, it sounds like they're gonna be playing there for sure. So
who knows?
at very least.
No,
Okay. Beginning of the season, would you have ever thought you would have been saying Bengals, Rams?
Well, here's the thing, and my Super Bowl pick for the beginning of the year was the Rams, so that's why I'm conflicted now. Yeah, so yeah, I had Matthew Stafford winning the MVP too, which obviously that's not going to happen, but I just thought that with Matthew Stafford being at the Rams, I thought that was just going to be like unreal.
And you put no money on that? No money?
No money on it, man.
Shit.
No money. Chad's in the house. What's going on? Joe Burrow going to win his only championship. I hope so, man. I really hope so. They're exciting to watch, which, you know, like
Possible.
2 years ago or a year ago, you wouldn't have said that. You wouldn't have been like, you know what, Cincinnati is a must-see TV, but they are must-see TV. Like anytime Jamar Chase touched the ball, I was like, holy shit. Like it's just exciting, man. And they're never out, right? Like that's the second time, especially to Kansas City. They were down by 18 points and they came back both times. Like they're never out. So it's good football.
Gonna be a good game.
After all the years, Stafford's had to suffer in Detroit. Give the guy this one. Hey man, there's always next year. Dude, I'm an Eagles fan. I've been suffering forever until 2017. So
As I say, it wasn't that long ago. We got one.
yeah, but before that, man, it was
Well, yeah.
uncanny swag. Von Miller gonna win the MVP again. He was like a ghost at this game, man. Come on. Ozzy's in the house. What's going on, man? Go guys, go check out that video. Like I said, me, Specs Man, Vancouver Comic Junkie, Actual Dracula. Ozzy? Yeah, okay, there we go. I couldn't think of I was like, wait, there's one more. We all did a video together this afternoon, so make sure you guys go check it out. We were talking CGC, so it was pretty good. Miguel, what's going on, man? How you doing? Swagger host, can't wait to dump Jimmy G for train. Yeah, you could tell, man. You could tell. But you know what? Jimmy G's probably going to go to Tampa, take over Tom Brady, and then kind of go. You know what I think is a dark horse here? Is if Aaron Rodgers goes to Tampa Bay. I think that would be scary. Like, just fucking scary. So, we'll see.
I mean, it's over to Green Bay, so.
if you parlayed a bet of Rams and Bengals going to the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year, you would win $18 million for every dollar you spent.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Next year, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say the Jets and.
Knowing you, you're gonna say the LA Kings,
the Bears or something. You know, that's what I'm gonna say. Johnny Dakota, what's going on, man? Comic dudes in the house. So yeah, we got a lot to say. All right, let's get it going. Let's start a new comic book day, man. I'm excited, guys. Like I always ask, and I kind of know Face's answer, but I'm gonna ask him again. Light week, heavy week. What are you guys thinking? Really quickly before we start the show, what do you guys think?
Decent. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely light in comparison to the last few weeks.
Yep.
I think people and Face. I just talked to you about this before we went on live, but like, not every week is a winner or crazy, or you're gonna have a book that's gonna reach possibly $1,000. Like, it just doesn't happen. And I want to reiterate the fact that like the last 4 to 5 weeks, we've had Timeless #1, Elsa Bloodstone, Thor 20. Thor 21, Black Panther. Those are 4 of the last 5 weeks we've had those books. We've been pretty good, man. Like that's a pretty good month, and we're only in January, so who knows? But not every week is going to be big, and I think that's what people have to remember.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of great stuff coming out this week. It's just
Uni, man.
Not really a whole lot that's gonna be hugely blowing up, but you never know. There can be surprises.
Yeah, Uni's a big Niners fan, so I'm feeling for him, man. But listen, we can all just agree on one thing: the 49ers took out the Cowboys, so it's a good day.
Yeah.
Right? So if it were up to me, we'd be throwing a parade for San Francisco fans in Philly, for that. So it's on Dakota. All right. Let's get it go. Fuck all this football talk. Aaron Rodgers going to Denver. They just but you know what? They could go somewhere else. So we'll see. I don't know. I just think that Rodgers could end up in Tampa. So we'll see.
Denver could be interesting.
What are people chasing?
Hey, well, hold on. Yeah, we'll dip into it, but no, it's not gonna.
No, I don't know, man. The 1 in 10 is already going for like $15.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much standard at some of the shops here.
So we'll see. All right, let's get it going. Newbieverse. First up, we got channel sponsor Big B Comics, 3 stores, 1 in Niagara, 1 in Hamilton, 1 in Barrie. I suggest anybody who's ever in the area of those, go check them out. All good shops, all good things. Make sure you guys go check out their Facebook, Instagram, and eBay pages, because you never know. They could have some goodies that you might have overlooked. And next up, we got channel sponsor Bleeker St Comics, $10 a press, $5 a clean. Mr. Bleeker is at Turner Crest Flea Market every Sunday night, or every Sunday, not every Sunday night, because they close at 5 or 4. Can't remember. Anyway, make sure you guys go check out BleekerStreetComics.com as well. He's got about 2,000 books there, so make sure you guys go check it out. Lots of comics.
Yeah, man.
All right. Let's start the show. Boom. First up, we got an image title, New Masters #1. Just put it out there just simply because it is a #1. People do tend to go and gravitate towards these #1s. So I just thought I'd put it up there, man. What do you guys think?
It's a new one to me. I don't know much about it, but I'm gonna pick it up and check it out. Can't remember, a whole lot about what the synopsis was, but it was interesting enough to get me to order it. So
Yeah, no, man.
a decent cover too.
Yeah, agreed. I'm gonna pick it up, give it a shot, but I'm not going crazy on this one for any spec values and shit like that. Just picking it up for the read.
Just for the read, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no more football. Yeah. We gotta move on. Yo, what's going on, man? My guy Thorough, what's going on, man? Happy to have you here, brother. Thanks for tuning in.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, the number ones are usually, catching heat. We all know at least one person who just picks all the number ones up, puts it in a box, and just forgets about it, right? So, I see no different here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I kind of, I really like the art. You guys know I'm biased when it comes to the white covers and things like that. I don't know if you guys can tell or if you guys have seen this book yet, like up close, but I mean, the art in the background is really cool. It just kind of fades while you kind of get to the middle and then it just kind of goes white. So I kind of dig it for the art form itself.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Do you guys remember that? Oh man, what was Nubia? Or
oh yeah, I know.
Or Niobe. Yeah. She is Life.
Niobe.
You remember that series? It was like an indie series. It really hit a couple years ago. It's kind of got a similar vibe to
that. Hey, I don't know. Maybe if it's there, like I said, I'm not really going too deep, and I'm not chasing anything this week. So like when I go to the shop on Wednesday, I mean, if it's there and I'm, whatever, I might consider it, or I might just read it there. I don't know, man. But we'll see what happens. I'm not really going any, too deep this week. Maybe you guys are. Just I was too focused on like all FOC stuff that I was saying to BC, I'm like, I totally forgot 2 weeks ago for FOC and like what's actually coming. Like I didn't pay attention to anything. Like I totally don't even remember making this PowerPoint, man. Like it was just, yeah, that's how busy my week's been, dude. I've had a wedding and family gatherings this week and shit. So,
sick invite, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, it was in the fucking cold, minus 25. Okay,
no, man.
No.
Hey, I could not be around anybody for the last week. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, everybody's like
store earlier. I was miserable the whole time. Fuck this cold.
Steve's got a question about BP3, but Bleeding Cool saying anything is about as valid as Joe. Hey, you know what? We'll talk about actually. So we don't have any spec tonight. But we will be talking about Black Panther 3. Because I do think that needs a little bit more focus, even like a few days later, and where the prices is now, man, it's just crazy. So we will be talking about Black Panther 3 at the end of the show. Mojo, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in, brother. Fucking Chad. What? I'm not a blue wrench. Do I have to interview for that? Shut the fuck up. Oh shit.
That would be an interesting interview.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, we got Geiger, number 1, 80-page giant supersized edition. Are you guys picking this up, man? I mean, I feel like this. A lot of people were reading on it. A lot of people were grabbing it, but I haven't really heard a lot of people talking about it since.
Because they're sleeping, man. They're sleeping. It's a good. Get them. Yeah, man. It's a good read, Geiger. So basically, this is the 80-page giant size. Now, yes, it's 80 pages. It's an anthology book that's going to touch on origins here, and it seems we might get a first appearance, or maybe even several. Who knows? But I'm excited as fuck to read this one.
Yeah, this is man, it's been a really good series so far, and I'm definitely picking this one up. It looks like there's going to be the introduction of several new characters potentially in this.
Yep.
That's the vibe I got from it too.
Yeah, that are going to interact in this world, and Geiger, it's one of those like post-apocalyptic stories. This dude is like, he is what he looks like. I mean, he's a glowing fucking skeleton in this point, and some powers come with that. And it's a great read. I think a lot of people really are sleeping on it.
Big time, man. Wake up.
And you can still find, because I know I've seen like raw copies and even graded copies already. Very cheap. I think like 9/8 or like $80 somewhere around there. So I mean, like when you actually do, $80 for something, and like my guy Thorough is saying, something like this is probably just a matter of time before it gets optioned, and then it'll go nuts. We've seen it happen with Oblivion Song. We've seen it happen with Noctera. Just all this stuff that old guard. It goes up, man. It's cheap for a while. It's fucking option.
Yeah, and I think one of the things for this series that's kind of maybe given people a little bit of aversion to it is
Mhm.
that it's Jeff Johns, and there's been that whole controversy with him and Joss Whedon and everything like
Yep,
that
yep.
surrounding Justice League. The thing is, I'm sure he's a smart guy, and more than likely, if this does get optioned at some point, he's probably going to be relatively hands off.
Yeah. North 49's got this question, but I'm gonna save it for after we do New Comic Book Day. So we'll come back to it, North. Don't think we're just avoiding it. We'll definitely get back to your question as soon as we're done with New Comic Book Day. We got 7 more books to go through, and then we can get through it, man. So hey, what's going on? How you doing? Noctera has so much potential as a series.
man.
Shades are gonna be, yeah, exactly.
Hell
But again,
yeah.
like
That's
this
another
one,
great one.
yeah, this one has, when I was reading it, who I was talking to, they were saying the same thing, Face. Like it kind of seems like they're going to be introducing a lot of characters. So it could be one to be on the lookout for, especially because you never know what direction they go for if they option it, things like that. So
And
I think this one does have a higher price tag, though. I think it's like a
$9.99.
at least
yeah,
for Image.
it's $9.99.
It's 80 fucking pages. But yo,
yeah.
Forget the fact of Spec. It is a great book to read. That's all. I'm enjoying the series. That's all I gotta say about that one.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, man, we are gonna get some firsts here, so that's cool, man.
Pizza for sure.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Ooh, all 3.
Pizza, man. Pizza.
I'm Italian, man. Come on, let's go. Pizza.
All 3. Face, come on, man.
Hell yeah. I'm fat. Nah.
All right, DC, we got 1 book to talk about. We got Monkey Prince. To be honest, this is what Keys looks like pretty much every other day when he's not working. No, I'm just playing, man. Love the guy. But yeah,
we got them guns though.
We got Monkey Prince 1. What are your thoughts? I mean, it looks stupid, I'll say, but I mean, you never know.
No, man. Yo, okay, Monkey Prince is dope, man. So basically, he debuted in the DC Festival of Heroes. I don't know if you
oh yeah,
you remember that one, but he was actually on the cover of the 1 in 25, which was pretty dope. I enjoyed it, but
so this isn't even his first cover.
No.
Right.
This book has also the Art Germ cover, if I'm not mistaken, which is actually beautiful. It's pretty sweet. Face, wasn't there also a digital one-shot last year of Monkey Prince, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so.
Yeah, because I remember it was towards the end of last year.
Yeah, I believe there was.
Now, I don't know if that one's going to tie into this one. I think it was a one-shot, like I said, but yeah, man, no, I'm excited to pick this up, 100%, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna pick it up and check it out. It's an interesting new character, obviously.
With no
obviously
fashion
this isn't what the character looks like in everyday life,
with no fashion sense whatsoever.
What's that?
No fashion sense whatsoever with this.
Nah,
yeah, I mean the colors do kind of clash a little bit, but hey, we'll give him a slide.
No.
And don't forget his sidekick in the back there, the fucking
Newbie. We know he's wearing better shoes than you. Don't lie. Look at those. Look at those.
Don't let me. Oh, I can get out my sneaker collection, man. Don't
I will. I mean, I will say this though. It's going to be his first solo series, and they're kind of going big with the story initially out of the gate. It sounds like he's going to be taking on Darkseid, so that's pretty ambitious. I like the team variant for this. Actually, the art germ is great. I'm actually picking up several covers for this just because I like them. Always grab the A. Like you said, the art germ's great, but that team variant is really dope too. So definitely grabbing that one.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if they're kind of going like Faye said, right out the gate with it. I mean, obviously there's going to be a few first appearances that you're going to get in this book. So I mean, for that value, I mean, if you're into it, whatever you think of, I don't know, flipping and things like that. I mean, there could be something down the road, but I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put too many pennies into this neck of the woods. So that's just me though. Monkey Prince. Fuck. If I see one person dress up as Monkey Prince for Halloween, I will send you a signed copy of first appearance of Virus. Okay, that's what I'll do.
I guarantee
that would be a hell of a cosplay to pull off, man.
Yo, watch Newbie show up to Toronto Comic Con in March dressed as that.
In the Monkey Prince cosplay. That's some serious effort right there.
Yo, yeah, we'll definitely talk about March Toronto Comic Con as well, because I know there's a lot of Canadians in here. So yeah, there's a bit of news actually, and I don't know if everybody knows. So definitely talk about that. All right. Spider-Man 88. There is an exclusive for this that's kind of really, blowing up right now. It's about $70 to $75 Canadian, but there is a first appearance in this. So we got the Goblin Queen or Queen Goblin, whichever one you want to go with. There is an exclusive which pays homage to ASM 238, that Goblin destroying the Spider-Man. That's the one that
Kirkham.
Yeah, the Tyler Kirkman one that's really going up. So yeah, like I said, that's the one that's going up for $75. So I don't know. This one is still selling on eBay for cover price. So I don't know. Shops really do tend to buy a lot of ASM anyway. Like anytime I've gone to any of my shops, like they just have a mass amount anyway. So I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't chase it. I feel like you would be pretty comfortable walking into your store and being able to get a copy. So don't chase it. But yeah, we got a new villain. Who knows how long she lasts? How long? I don't know, man. But yeah, I ain't chasing. There is a 1 in 10 as well. The 1 in 10, I think, is going for about $20 right now. So
I'm expecting a video of you tomorrow, just like flipping through all the ASMs. But
what? Yo, can we stop the jokes? Can we stop the jokes? Every time I post a video, you're ruining the spines. And like the last video I put, I literally went so slow because I didn't want that. And then there's one person being like, you're ruining the fucking spines. I'm like,
you barbarian.
Oh my God, man. I had somebody somebody messaged me and they were like, hey, do you mind if I come over to your house and go through books like that? I was like, I mean, I don't know what it looks like in the video, but like I go very like soft. Like I don't. So just
hey, you do you, bro. Don't worry. But but yeah, man. Okay, so before we go any further, the Beyond Story arc that's going on right now has been much better than what we've been getting up until now, with the whole Spencer bullshit, and I just wasn't a fan of it. Issue 87 prior to this, it was focused heavily on Peter and him getting back into the swing of things. See what I did there? But yeah, man, he was pretty much going through it with Cap and Black Cat. Now 88 has the first appearance of Queen Goblin, which is Ashley Kafka. She's a psychologist who went on to treat the criminally insane at Ravencroft. I don't know if you remember all of her story arc, but she even came back. Well, she was okay because what happens is she was murdered at one point by massacre. This was in the Superior Spider-Man.
But she's always been a good person.
Yeah, exactly. She was a psychologist, and in Ravencroft issue 5 that dropped not too long ago, I think it was last year or some shit. But she made her comeback, and ironically, she's a clone. So I'm curious to see how this all ties together, because since she's revealed to be a clone, so is Ben Spider-Man. Now she's Queen Goblin. I don't know where they're going with this, but I wouldn't spec on this shit. I wouldn't go too crazy on it. Red Goblin, you remember that face?
700.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
it had, but that one had its day. Like I remember when that one came out. Like
but
it had its day. But
I don't think this one's gonna like.
No. I would probably stay away. Like if somebody were to come up to me and say, "Hey, noob, like there's 10 copies at my shop. Should I get all 10?" I'd probably be like, "Nah, maybe get 2. Read one and then like just keep one." That's probably where I'd be with this book for sure.
Yeah.
The 1 in 10 though. What do you think about the 1 in 10 though? Like, because there's obviously going to be heat. It's a design. It's a design variant as well. It seems like all the 1 in 10s lately have been...
Look, personally, I'm not a big fan of the design variants.
Yeah,
but
me neither.
If I could find it at a ratio price, meaning like if a 1 in 10 is $10, fine. I don't mind picking it up if I have faith in the character, but like I wouldn't go too crazy on it.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I guess it's an alright enough character. It's got a decent enough design. Ashley Kafka has, like we said, historically been a pretty good person. It's so her just making the jump to villain like this without a whole lot of reasoning so far or anything. I don't know. It kind of seems like a stretch, but the whole run right now, I mean, it really kind of just feels like more filler until we get the actual creative team in on the book. So
yeah, but it's gonna be Zeb Wells from what I understood, and Romita's coming back on art, right?
yes, Romita.
Yeah. So
that is exactly why, Chad. It's like you figured it out.
The only silver lining is Zeb Wells is creating this character, and he's the writer on the new ASM reboot, so she could carry over. Still don't go crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Zeb Wells or not,
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, so that does. That does have a little more potential. But yeah, this one's been announced for a while. Shops are gonna have it. They know it's coming. So there's gonna be a lot of them out there.
I sometimes don't know if Burrow's like yelling at me or when he does caps. I'm right. Cool. Write an article about this and say it'll be a $500 book. Saying this is the next.
Yo, Spec's comment though
seems legit.
About all these, she's a really good person. We're talking about
poor girl's a fucking psychologist at Ravencroft,
right? Like she's always been helping these motherfuckers, and all of a sudden they want to turn her into this evil goblin shit. Like, hey, where did that come from?
Who was it? It was Face that said that though, right? It was like, oh, she's a good person though, right? Yeah, like Specs is right, man. Like, we're talking about her, like,
hey man, you just gotta feel bad for her. She's been back for 2 minutes, and this is what we're doing to her already. Fuck.
I would be, you know what, and like BC said though, like, I mean, if your shop does have a 1 in 10, I mean, ASM is just very heavily printed already. I know in my area they'll probably have some 1 in 10s that aren't like necessarily, somebody called dibs on. So, if it's $10, it's $10. But I do know that the 1 in 10 right now is currently selling for $25 Canadian. So who knows? All it takes is one stupid thing, bleeding cool or whatever, somebody to say something or like, oh my god, she's going to be in the next movie, something stupid, and the book spikes. So who knows, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, we got number 1 alerts here. So we got Fantastic Four, Reckoning War. That Star Wars one that we were talking about last week actually got pushed. So let me try this again. It's Halacoin. I think that's how we were pronouncing it last week. And then we got The Excellence, which if our friend Keys was up and not sleeping already, Dupe is on the cover. Dupe is in this, but it is a reintroduction of an old team. I can't remember when they first appeared, but yeah, we're getting a new introduction. A few people had messaged me a few weeks ago when I actually learned about it, like just before FOC, and they were like, oh man, is this going to be a new team? Not realizing like, hey, you got to read the solicitation. It's a reintroduction of a team. So I do know somebody that kind of went a little heavy. I think they ordered like 5 to 10 copies, somewhere around there. So,
oh, I see. Chat just wants to ruin my fucking fun.
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Halcyon. Yeah, there we go. But I was
totally gonna let it go.
What did chat say?
No. Your original pronunciation. I was just gonna let it slide. Let it keep going.
Halacoin, is that how I said it?
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys think? Face, I know you're pretty big on the Fantastic Four. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in this Reckoning War just because, they've kind of teased this for a while. And, it's got one of those vibes. It feels like it should be pretty big. The Watchers are going to be heavily involved. I'm not sure who or what exactly the Reckoning is, but it sounds like they're going to be should be pretty huge as far as, a big bad goes. So,
but
hoping for a pretty decent Fantastic Four event.
Because I was reading that apparently Jack of Hearts is supposed to have like a big role in this run, and he recently made a return in She-Hulk 1, and he hasn't been seen in quite a few years, man. So I'm curious. Yeah, sorry.
It's kind of it's one of those things like why they're bringing him back. So
yeah,
it feels like it should be something that's relevant.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where they're going to go with that. But there's also rumored to be reintroduction of a few characters in this one. And what's interesting is Dan Slott's writing this. I'm curious to see how he handles, because I enjoyed what Slott did with some of the ASM stuff. He brought forth some, of some recent characters that like Silk and shit. But yeah, man. So I've got high hopes. I'm definitely picking that one up.
Yeah, and his stuff is always interesting too, because whenever like you look at the Amazing Spider-Man run, at first it wasn't received real well what he did with Doc Ock and Peter Parker. You know, it was kind of over time after the storyline played out and he kept writing the Superior Spider-Man that he got more accepted. So you know, he does tend to go big with these events and stuff. So
yeah, what's going on, Joel Flowers? He's saying sorting out the collection while I got you guys on. Appreciate that, man. Specs man, everybody keep an eye out on Reckoning More. It seems like the flip side of the Timeless book. It's an FF book, so it might be under ordered as well. Okay. So the Reckoning War is going back in time, even before that, 100 million BC. Avengers stuff to stop the prime villains that are killing off the multiverse. Avengers Forever. All right. All right, and we got two more. What happened?
Oh, you didn't shed no light on Ecstatic. Not Ecstatic. Sorry, yeah.
Ecstatic. Oh my God. Okay, chat. Let's give it to
Definitely
him.
Got to talk about that.
You said it wrong. Everybody. Oh, yeah. All right. Excellent. What do you got? It's a reintroduction.
More importantly,
it's a reintroduction of the team, right?
No. Hold on. You're not doing it right. We got to do this right for Keys.
Please.
It's the reintroduction of fucking Dupe.
There you go. And did you not see the Scotty Young cover? He's gonna jizz himself. Like,
oh my God. I think he did. I think we talked about it, and he sent me that Scotty Young cover, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I'm passing on it. Oh God. Yeah. I'm passing on it. I'm not getting it. It's a reintroduction. I'm not really a fan of the.
Oh no, I think they're adding some members here. I don't know, man. It might change up, so we'll see.
And the first run was great.
Yeah,
it's fucking hilarious read.
Yeah.
Chad with the super chat of $20, man. What the hell's wrong with you? Your wife's gonna kill you, man. Get Newbie something pretty. Jesus Christ, dude, you're crazy, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Chad. You're one of the best guys in my chats, man. You always have something to say. I'm always finding that I'm either laughing off the screen or I say something that you said to like my wife or a buddy of mine, and you know we just have a fun time. So I appreciate you, man. Humbled, man. Empire saying pass. All right. Okay, so if they bring in new characters, right? Yeah. I mean, that's good.
Dude,
right?
Listen, look, I don't think it's gonna be a book that explodes. Look, X-Force 116 now. What's that sitting at?
In the dollar bins?
No, definitely not the dollar bins, but face. I would say it's probably up there. A couple $100, but again,
X-Force 116. The first appearance of Dupe is 100.
Well, it's the first appearance of the Ecstatic.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I remember when Keys found that book, and I think he only paid like $5. So,
well, the only thing I'm gonna say on any of that is we know that after Guardians of the Galaxy 3, James Gunn is done with them, but he has expressed an interest in doing mutants, and he loves Dupe.
Yeah.
So, hey.
But it's not gonna explode. That's all I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be that huge, but it's gonna be fun to read.
Yeah, it's just gonna be stupidity. I can't wait.
No, I'm pretty sure Keys got it, and I think he got that Scotty Young one because he was the one that brought
I did. I totally
did. You? Yeah,
100%.
All right, two more number ones in Marvel. We got Sabretooth number 1, and then we got Savage Spider-Man, which is not getting a lot of love, man. Like Specsman is saying, Savage Spider-Man is literally the renaming of a run nonstop Spider-Man that no one was buying. Come the fuck on.
Yep. Well,
what are your thoughts?
He's not wrong, man. It's picking up exactly where it left off. The only good thing I would say coming out of this is the fact that there's 2 pretty neat homage covers. One being of Spider-Man 1, the other one being AF-15. But we'll see where this goes. The whole nonstop Spider-Man run was meh.
Yeah.
At best. So I don't know. I'll give it a try, but that's about it. Do you want to talk Sabretooth? I don't have anything to say.
Go ahead, man. I got nothing to say about Sabretooth. I was going to just pass it.
Yeah, dude. Another fucking 5-issue miniseries. Now, a lot of the 5-issue miniseries that have been coming out from Marvel, they always tend to throw some first appearances and within it and stuff. So I don't know if we'll get anything out of this particular issue. I'm not too crazy on Sabretooth as a character. But I'm going to give it a shot and see where it goes. Other than that, both of these titles are like, dang.
Yeah, I think for me, like Sabretooth, he's a cool character and everything like that. When he's fighting Wolverine for the most part, him individually, I'm not as huge or as quick to care about. That being said, the story premise, in like what's been happening to him in his exile under Krakoa and everything like that, is interesting enough that I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the miniseries and check it out, because I do want to actually find out what's been going on with him and
on the island,
how he's going to get out and get his revenge and everything. So maybe this will make Sabretooth a more interesting character on his own for me. The Savage Spider-Man, like BC said, it's a continuation and nonstop, and I kind of agreed. I mean, it was okay. It was an okay run. Wasn't anything that I was huge on. So, I mean, yeah, I'm probably not going to jump on this one, to be honest. I'm probably going to get this. Looks like a good jumping off point for me.
my Fantastic Four 46 club member Marvel is saying they're bringing in a new Exiles roster in Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Also, Chad is saying Newbie's too excited about the hair gel he can buy with the 120. Actually, I don't use gel at all. Some people are like always kind of confused with that. I don't wear anything in my hair. Nothing.
Like he's got hairspray, he's got wax.
I got nothing, man. I just wake up, I get out of the shower, and it just is good. And then I go get my hair cut every 3 weeks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's what guys do, right? They have a hair routine, but yeah. All right. Did we miss anything that you guys want to talk about before we switch gears here?
I would say honestly, just read wise, Newburn 3. I think the series is off to a good start, man. Chip Zdarsky's killing it. Series already been optioned before it dropped, so we got Emily, one of the characters that came in the last issue too. It's picking up, man. It's looking like it's gonna be, moving along good. There's Noctera 7, man. Noctera has not been around for quite some time, man. They're kicking off a whole new story arc. So I think the last issue of Noctera actually dropped in August, guys.
Yeah, it's been a while actually. Now you think about it, yeah.
Well, because we had the special.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, other than that,
like Noctera 6. I know it was around towards the end of summer. That's what I remember.
Yeah, there was a lot of Image books coming out this week too. There was a lot of titles and stuff. All right, Dynamite pick of the week, Tim. Don't disappoint me, Newbie. It's been a good weekend. All right, hopefully it is. Now, if you're new to the channel, we just try to show some love to Dynamite. There's no necessarily spec or something that we're all after. It's just a cover that I'm like, hey, I like the art or I like what's going on. We put it up just to show some love to Dynamite because we never really have Dynamite on here, okay? So let's get into it. Dynamite pick of the week. Boom. Red Sonja Valentine's Day Special 2022.
Mama, see it.
$4.99. So if you want to, if you want to get it, I mean, it's very affordable. But definitely a great cover. I love red covers. You know what I mean? I love the detail in this book. But yeah, there's a lot going on here. So Dynamite pick of the week for me. That's it. All right.
You made me happy with that one.
For once I feel like I could get behind that pick.
Yeah. So North 49 had a question. Now, because he phrased it with the Black Panther stuff, I'm gonna leave that question until after we do comic news, because we are gonna be talking about Black Panther after comic news. Okay, so we'll answer that question when we get there. But let's kick off comic news.
Dan.
Oh, the looking up the rack cover. What? That's somebody's daughter, mother, sister. I'm about the art, Dan. That's all. Specs, man, I could get under the pick.
That works too.
Always classy. All right. First up, we got the Batman promo reveals Bruce Wayne as Riddler's target, meaning Riddler's going to be the main focal point, the main villain. I think so. What are your thoughts that we finally get the Riddler? However, we're not getting him in the way that most of us know the Riddler, in the sense of like the question mark, the suit, the green. I mean, there's a little bit of green, but Not really. I think the Riddler is going to take on more of a darker, methodical, mindfuck kind of villain. What are you guys' thoughts? Especially now knowing that they are going to be shooting Joker 2 early or later this year, and it's going to come out early next year. What are you guys' thoughts?
Oh, dude, I'm curious to see how the actor Paul Dano is gonna actually bring the Riddler to life, man. And it seems like you said, it's a whole different light that they're gonna be bringing him in. Not that Jim Carrey style. That I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually liked Jim Carrey as the Riddler, but
he was wearing Lulu before Lulu was the thing, man.
No, it was just epic. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to see how they're gonna bring forth the Riddler in this movie, and I'm actually really excited for this movie, man. I have really high hopes. I feel like all fans right now are like begging DC to just knock this one out of the park, man.
Jigsaw from but they are going very dark with like a lot of this stuff, right? Like Joker, now the Riddler, like this, like it's. I mean, I've talked about it many times where I thought, you know what, if DC were to do something like that and get all their characters and kind of go on this dark, venture off to the side, doesn't have to be mainstream, DC or DCU, they could have something. And clearly it's going to be working because the Joker was a success. Now we're going to get Joker 2. Now we're going to get this. So I think it's working. I think they might have found a formula. However, it doesn't really go with DCU stuff. So it's going to be interesting how they marinate and mix everything down the road.
Well, I mean, if they were really smart, they maybe use the Joker 2, not necessarily the whole movie or anything like that, but maybe use maybe an end credit scene or something like that to tie it into maybe this version of Batman and quietly forget about the DCEU and just
that's
there. But who knows?
That would be great, man. You're talking about with Joaquin Phoenix,
right? I mean,
yeah, man.
Give him a Batman that he can fight eventually. I mean, hey, but I don't really foresee them doing that. So, I'm just hoping for a good movie. It looks interesting. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
I think DC's got a few things going for them. Like I said, we always talk about Shazam. Now Black Adam is coming in. You got Dwayne Johnson coming, right? Yeah. Peacemaker. I mean, people are comparing Peacemaker now to the Deadpool stuff. I was a little hesitant on Peacemaker, and now I'm kind of opening up more. I think it's funny. I don't know if it's just naturally funny or if it's just funny because I'm like, oh my God, this is stupid. But it's like one of those things you can't stop watching. I think John Cena is fucking hilarious. Like just the thought of him being there, like on stage, like, I don't know, just everything is funny about it. So, I mean, they do have a lot of things going for them right now. Mind you, they also have a lot of bad things going on, like Naomi. That was just
fucking dumpster fire.
Crazy. And, I remember when people were, fucking yelling at the top of buildings, get Naomi 1. Oh my God, I'll pay $1,200 for a 9.8. And I would not even pay $200 for that book, yet alone $1,200.
You know what? I'm actually a lot less surprised that shit is bad at this point than I am that Grant Gustin seems to be signing a new contract to do the Flash season 9 or something, because it feels like CW's fucking phoning it in. Yep. Now that they're being sold or whatever.
Yeah, it's
more so than before.
It's terrible, man. Like it is terrible. Like, and you notice it, like even when they do their trailers or when they like just do their like everything, like it just looks like, was this shot off like an iPhone? Like I don't know. And I love iPhone. It's not a hate on iPhone. It's just like, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's weird, but I'm excited for this Batman. Batman comes out March?
Shit, I don't even know.
I think it's like the first week of March.
In March.
Second week of March, yeah. So basically, we don't have anything until this Batman movie and Moon Knight. So we got a whole nother month to go.
I got 3 more episodes of Boba Fett. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay, Jesus, yeah. With that,
but, just to shed some light on a comment, I'm with Keep It Thorough, man. Naomi's a great character in comics, but it's just
just the series.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything CW's touched, it's been
looking a little dicey.
Yeah.
And they'll change it, eventually. But it is a shame that they couldn't score on that, because when Naomi was first announced,
it's kind of like they changed into this because it started off pretty decent.
Yeah, but I mean, like if we remember when Naomi was like hot and everybody was talking about it, right? Like there was a genuine like excitement for the character, and like Thorough and like BC are saying, like in the comics is a dope character, but then you see it on
Yeah,
screen.
I mean, the
and it's done.
excitement was well deserved. It was
Yeah.
rightfully so, but it's just that CW has not really done well so far with what they're doing.
Yeah, it's like they want to be the black sheep, like, sibling, where they're like, I know I could get the job, but I'm just gonna live here forever. It's like, oh, okay, sure. CW makes every show in Dawson's Creek.
They really fucking do, man. They really do.
Only, man. I didn't know
It's
the
always
Americans
about
knew what
fucking
that
love
was.
stories and shit.
No,
Holy
it's
shit.
spot on, man.
Vigilante is my favorite character from the show. He killed it so far. I'm glad he passed on Yar. Yeah, because I want that done. I want that done good, man.
Too.
What's Specimen saying? Naomi is the dollar store mashup of America Chavez and Camila Khan. Oh boy. All right. Next up, and I know Key's gonna be very excited. But Spider-Man spinoff Madame Web to start filming in 2022. A lot of people were jumping on this book. I think it is ASM 218 or 219. I can't remember the exact number, so somebody could correct me. But Madame Web starting this year. I mean, I'm a little excited, but at the same time, I think that this opens the possibilities for, like, different versions of Spider-Man and like different universes. Obviously, with the multiverse being open now, I'm kind of excited where they go. Not to say I'm excited for the character, because I mean, like, she's just this old lady sitting on a chair, right? It's not like she's gonna be fighting crime and shit. Okay, all right.
Well, Newbie, are they going that route, or are they gonna go Julia Carpenter? Because it would sound like they'd go Julia Carpenter on that one.
True.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yep. I don't think they would want to go this route. I think if anything, they would probably kick it off where Madame Web, the OG, it dies and hands it off to Julia Carpenter. And for some reason, I feel like we would have to see Julia Carpenter prior to this. So I don't know, man. Maybe we'll get some kind of introduction to the original Madame Web and then passing it off to Julia Carpenter. That I would be able to get behind, but I don't know, man. The whole old Madame Web, I understand what you're saying. Very iconic character, man, and especially in the 90s cartoon. I know everyone thinks of that Madame Web, right? Yep. But yeah, man.
You think they have to pay homage to it? Like, at some point or another, they do have to pay homage to that. So if they were to do this show, I could see it as like them starting off with her and then just very quickly, like, just gone. You know what I mean? And then go to Julia, kind of thing. So
that's what I was saying. Is I would see it going that route rather than the original Madame Web.
It's an interesting choice for them to want to do a movie, surrounding her, just because I mean, there's not really a whole lot in the way of source material for like solo stuff for her.
No.
To begin with. So, it's interesting. Not overly excited about it just because, man, it's a
exciting title, right?
I mean, that shit's been delayed 7 times already. So how many times will this end up getting delayed and shit?
Yep.
Yeah. I think the only reason why this does very good is because it's a Spider-Man spinoff. And, for whatever it is, or if you want to debate it, I mean, Spider-Man is number one, Marvel or DC. Like, it is just the number one character. It's the number one comic book character. It's, more people can relate to that than any other character. So I think that it'll have more success and people be like, let's give it a try, right? But again, regardless, this goes on Disney Plus. We're all going to watch it. We're all going to watch. We're all going to spec. We're all going to try to connect dots. We're all going to enjoy it. So
I don't think this is going on Disney Plus, though.
Nope.
This is just a Sony venture.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Oh, right.
Venom's not on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So. No, you're right. Yeah. So I don't know then. Fuck. If it's not on Disney Plus, fuck. I forgot it's Sony. All right. Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn tried to use major Micronaut characters in all 3 films. Now, this is important for one simple reason. James Gunn is on fire right now. Like, he is doing really good. He just came out and said, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, this is the last time we see this team. What characters are gone? What characters are just going? They don't necessarily have to die, but they could just maybe be left on a planet or go back or, whatever the case may be. But he has tried to use characters in the past, and he has already talked about some of these characters. Why is that important? Well, because then that could kind of open the door to see what kind of characters we get in the future. Now, I'm not saying that they probably keep Rocket Raccoon and bring in Bug, but James Gunn has said that he is a big fan of Bug. And that's kind of surprising because it's like, who the fuck is a fan of Bug, right?
Bug's awesome. What are you talking about?
No, but I'm just saying, like I've never met anybody who's a Bug fan. I've never gone to a con and they're like, hey man, like, do you see that guy dressed as Bug?
Yeah, that's true.
No, I've never seen somebody dressed up as Bug. No one's dressing up as him as Halloween or nothing. No one, right?
I feel like that costume might be suffocating.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if they go a different route where they kind of, drop off Groot or they drop off Rocket Raccoon, I could definitely see them bringing in like a pet / insect / animal like character to the mix. And I think that Bug could be in play. I've been talking about Bug for a very long time.
Well, no, that's the thing, though. Bug's not in play.
Why not?
Marvel doesn't have the rights. That's the whole problem. That's why he hasn't brought in Bug, is because Marvel doesn't have the rights to him. He's actually a Micronauts character, and I believe Hasbro, I think, has the rights to them. So that's the whole problem with Bug. Yeah, that's why he hasn't brought him in any of the 3 movies. He's wanted to. He just can't.
I've always liked Bug, man. I've always liked him. I think there's a post that I did like months ago where I'm like, I think this is gonna be happening, but
yeah, it's apparently a licensing issue with Bug that he can't use him, unfortunately. So
let's be real. I think Groot is gone. I think Rocket Raccoon is gone just simply because of the star power and the payments that they have to make for Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper. Like they're A-class, celebrities, and regardless of using their voices, I mean, it is big bucks regardless. I think Vin Diesel made like 17 million the last movie he did, just to say like 4 words basically. So I mean, 17 million to a big company like that might not mean anything.
A lot of movies or a lot of money per word,
right? So I think that those characters kind of go. So I don't know. We'll see. Did Newbie just say he never met a Bug fan and 3 seconds later say he's always no. I didn't say I always like Bug. I always liked Bug to be in Guardians of the Galaxy. Let me clarify. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not weird. Bradley Beal already said he's done with. Yeah, exactly. Right. So there's two that are gone.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with Guardians of the Galaxy afterward. If they're gonna do just a whole new cast, or if they're gonna kind of move away from the franchise into something else. There's a lot of options. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they just revamp the team and maybe go a whole new route, because
they do have another team readily available. We already saw him.
Is Star-Lord in your mind still the guy? Like, is Chris Pratt still leading this team? Is he still in the mix, or they just go completely different? What do you think?
I think they'll go completely different. I would like for Chris Pratt to stick around, but man,
because the only ones that make sense for them to keep is like I think Drax may be the only one that actually dies, and then the other, Groot and Rocket just say, "Hey, we're gonna stay on this planet and protect these people," kind of thing. And then I think Gamora and Star-Lord are still around. That's just my only thinking.
Possible.
So there's a lot of teams though. Like
Sylvester Stallone, right? Miley Cyrus. Who else was there? Neil Patrick Harris. I think he was one of them.
Of who?
The OG Guardians of the Galaxy. They showed him at the end of the second movie for like.
Miley Cyrus was
Stallone.
Yeah, it's the car.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Miley was the computer or whatever.
Yep.
I can't remember that. Yeah, and don't forget Nebula too. Don't forget
Nebula's still around.
Yeah, and Stallone is confirmed. Yep. So you're right.
Oh, okay. So if he's gonna show up in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's even more viable.
Yep. But dude, there's so many other characters, man. Like you can fucking get Quasar, Adam Warlock. Like they're building all.
That's a big one. That's where I think that they, people are like, oh, Thor will be around. No, there's no way Thor's around and Adam Warlock. I think it's Adam Warlock. I think they get some sort of creature, Phi Lavelle, like all these players are in play, Sam Alexander, you never know. It's
dude, in the current run that Guardians just ended, and Nova was heavily part of that, man. You know what I mean? Like, who knows, man? Maybe that's the route they'll go. They'll just revamp them. Maybe Chris.
They've got a lot of options in the cosmic.
Man.
Cosmic part of the universe that they got going on there. So
I can't wait for that movie, man. Fuck. Moondragon's also in the mix too. Yeah, Moondragon.
Yeah, Moondragon's another great character.
Yep.
Avril Kincaid, Quasar would be dope. Yeah, that standoff, all blue cover. Yeah, that's a dope one too. Nice spec there. All right. Doctor Strange 2 may feature a major Spider-Man No Way Home cameo, along with all 564 cameos we've already seen.
Bro,
Tobey Maguire is rumored to be the one in it, not Andrew Garfield. Tom Holland is also supposedly in it, but a lot of people are growing saying, hey, you know, it's going to be Tobey. BC, you kind of look like you have something to say there. So
no, I'm just giggling at how many people are going to be featured in this fucking movie.
Okay, man. let me say something before we go, because a lot of people didn't understand what I posted the other day, where I posted that spoiler with possible casting leaks, and some people were like, "Oh man, this would be cool," and then some people who actually took the time to, like, you know, kind of have a conversation with me, kind of understood where I was going. They're like, "Oh, actually, I can kind of see it that way." And then there was just like people who were like, "Nah, man, I know people. This ain't happening. Nah, man, that's stupid. It's not gonna happen." It's like, cool, awesome. Here's the thing, though. I really do believe, and a lot of people are talking about it, and a lot of people are saying it, like, now that the multiverse is open, that they could kind of close and kind of correct those earlier films and stuff like that. So not to say that all those characters could have like a major role in the movie. They could just kind of show up for like a second or two, or kind of like, hey, what the, and then like the portal closes or something like that. I could totally see something like that happening in this movie, because it's the madness of multiverse. You're going to be going into different worlds. I think that's where that stuff is going to happen. I think people just pay too much attention to, oh yeah, like this guy's going to be here and blah, 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 blah. Oh no, it's never going to happen. It wouldn't work. It actually probably would work, and it probably will work that way. So don't count it out. But man, a lot of people just like to hate.
I mean, as far as this goes, the other day, I would think that it was probably made of like a combination of, you know, all three different things. You know, there was some on there that were clearly already confirmed. I mean, it obviously said that, you know, Rachel McAdams was playing Christine Palmer, and well, we know that because she's already been in the movies before, you know. And then there were some other ones on there that were like stuff that's rumored and, you know, very possible or even very probable at this point. And then there was some on there that, you know, were just kind of completely out there, or that didn't make sense. Like the one that struck me was Doctor Strange being cast as somebody else. Like it was just like, why would they do that? But, you know, when they made that list, I'm sure they included, you know, all three different things. It was wishful thinking, you know, stuff that's rumored that is very likely, and then stuff that's confirmed. It's kind of one of those dream casting lists.
But I did see that list that you posted, Newbie, and I think the one that really like fucking made no sense to me was the Gwen Stacy casting. I'm like, what?
What if they did a Gwen Stacy like animation of it, where they kind of just went for 1 second? Again, I think there's going to be a lot of multiverses and a lot of universes opened in this movie, and then they're just going to close them real quickly. So who's to say that they don't just open one and the character's like, huh? And then they close it back.
Oh no, I'm not disregarding that. The possibilities are endless, man. And I think Spec went out though. Like it just blew up the second everybody knew this movie was coming. So should we get that? Yeah, there's many characters that you and I have spoken about that we almost feel are certain that are going to be in the movie. But now the things I'm seeing online, like fuck, I'm expecting
so much.
Yeah, like I think that's why we're gonna see the debut of Face, because it's just
you might Multiverse of Madness. I'm not confirming or denying anything,
but yeah, man, it's nuts. But back to this here, dude. This I could see happening, man, especially after what happened in Spider-Man. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans pop up again, but I don't know what they would be doing at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of how it would tie into this movie. Like you said, you know, maybe they're going to close off that portal and call it a day. I really feel Andrew Garfield's got another movie in him. You know how I feel about that. But Tom Holland makes perfect sense. I mean, for everything going on, I just don't.
You know what? The best option for one of a list like that, where it's a whole bunch of characters that are just kind of, you know, some of them are like really out there, other ones are, you know, rumored and everything. It'd be like one of those scenes where maybe like he's going through some kind of fucking tunnel to like a different time or something like that, or a different spot in the multiverse, and you see all these clips or whatever of different multiverses, you might see something like that. That would be the biggest possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, two things I do want to mention. Yes, Dr. Lovebox totally sounds more like fucking Secret Wars, man. And I do hope when we do get Secret Wars, that's where we're gonna correct a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Doctor Strange, but 100% agree with that. And Chad, man, that Halo trailer was bomb. That's all I'm gonna say. Fucking amazing. Can't wait.
Yo, I'm a thorough here, man. Just so you guys know, like I think this conversation is a different conversation, but I've always liked Garfield way better than Toby and Holland. So just saying.
I liked because when I go back to watch the movie, man, the same things always stand out to me is that Andrew Garfield, the quirkiness, the puns, the jokes, that shit really stood out, man.
Yeah.
Even like when he's got the I think it was a burglar in an alleyway or whatever, and he's like, oh, this, and then he accidentally webs him. Like, it's just, I loved that part of Andrew Garfield, man. And I think Sony knocked it out of the park with him on that end, but you can't not love Tom Holland.
I think for me, like, Garfield was, like, he was probably the best Spider-Man for me. I thought Toby was more along the lines of, like, the better Peter Parker. Where he had that more nerdy kind of vibe and everything. Because until Garfield, he seems.
I think he's like the dad. No, he's like the dad of the group. He's like the
well, he is now.
He won't drink
like when he originally
played. Everybody gets home. Like that's the kind of
no, he is now obviously. But when he originally played him, he definitely had that Peter Parker vibe, that nerdiness and everything. But Tom Holland's a good mix of both.
Yeah,
until he went emo, and then that was just
that fucked up everything.
Well, that was just bad writing.
Yeah, Joel's with me, man. Yeah, Garfield, best Spidey, hands down. No Way Home cemented that.
Yeah, and dude, when you saw all three of them lined up in costume, again, I still find Andrew Garfield looked like Spidey.
Yeah,
he does have the Spidey look for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this I'm super pumped for. I posted this earlier in the week. Secret Invasion set photos. They show these characters already battle wounded, battle damaged. So is this going to take place like kind of after? I mean, look at Samuel L. Jackson there. He doesn't have the patch. He's got the scratch, which is like very fresh. We know how it happened in the prequel, right? So we saw that in Captain Marvel. So what I'm thinking is this is going to be one of those shows that we kind of flip-flop, like, hey, present to before, because like, why would they have him looking like that right now? It just doesn't make any sense. What are your thoughts?
No, yeah, that it makes sense, but yeah, man, even in the trailer when you saw Nick Fury like all fucking bearded and shit, I was like, oh damn, like I don't know what's going on timeline wise, but yeah, man, I expect to see a lot of
forth.
Yeah, because we don't fully know the story. I mean, we got Talos in Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, exactly. Winter Soldier.
Yo, he's not wrong, man. He's not wrong.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm expecting to see more of a backstory as to the whole the Kree, maybe Kree Skrull shit. So I expect back and forth.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Who knows what they're doing with it? Because it could just be also recording stuff, out of sequence. So it's hard to say just by these pictures what's going to be going on with it.
Yeah,
I feel like a back and forth between the Kree Skrull and the humans, whether that's Sword or Shield or whoever it's going to end up being that are caught in the midst of the battle. They're going to show different shit from all three perspectives. Flashbacks are always possible with Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. And don't forget, there was a line that was dropped in Spider-Man No Way Home where Nick Fury's been off Earth for a year, and the movie picks up right, fuck. Where does the movie pick up again? I'm having a brain fart.
Which one? No Way Home?
Yeah, No Way Home.
Right after the last Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. So Peter Parker was just with Nick Fury, which was
Talos,
which we know, but obviously he doesn't. And yeah, man. So that's why I think we're going to be seeing a lot of back and forth. Maybe fucking Ant-Man has not been maybe he's not been Ant-Man all this time. Who knows? There's just many things that could play out here.
Yeah, for sure.
No one's mentioned Emily Clark, rumored to be playing Abigail Brand. That's where I think she's going to be. I don't know where they're going with it. I mean, they didn't really leak too much, but we did get, footage, and we know that it's rolling right now. So that's exciting. But I do think people sleep on, the scroll stuff, the Creel, everything that's going on here. I think that it does have more of a say than most people think. And I think they'll see that come time for the show. I really do. Being a Fantastic Four fan, and the scrolls and all that, obviously being a prominent, villain for them, I kind of know, but man, it is, I think this is going to be one of the more interesting shows and one of those mind fucks, like all of them, to be honest with you. So,
yeah, Amelia Clark, Abigail Brand just feels like the most likely possibility at this point. There's been pictures of her interacting with both Kobe Smulders and Nick Fury, so it feels like that's probably the biggest possibility. But there's a lot of other possibilities for characters that she could be playing too, especially with the scrolls being involved. So
yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
All right. This is usually the time where we do Newbie Spec of the Week, but like I said, there is no Newbie Spec of the Week because I wanted to take the time to talk about Black Panther 3 and how crazy this whole thing has gone. And I think it, goes into the wheelhouse of, what North 49 had said. But, obviously you guys have been keeping up on it. First appearance of Tosin. I think what really spiked this book, and I've been very vocal about this, saying, and Universe X, yeah, I think she's playing Abigail Brand 100%. But back to the Black Panther stuff, I think that, if Bleeding Cool didn't necessarily put, that, document out or say, hey, this is going to be like Ultimate Fallout 4, I don't think we would have the problem. I think a lot of people are looking at where Ultimate Fallout 4 is and was price-wise and thought, oh, shit, okay, I got to get this because, man, the 1 in 25 right now is selling at $1,000 Canadian. The cover A, somebody sent me a picture of cover A and cover B. Both of them actually sold for $550, or no, still currently on bid, $550 Canadian. Like, it's fucking crazy. I sold mine for $30. Right? So now I'm like, oh shit. I mean, I did make some money, but at the same time, I'm like, shoot, I probably should have kept one. But the 1 in 25, I mean, that thing is just $1,000 already. Now, is it driven because people actually care about the character? Did people read the book? Did people read what the character is about? Or did people just see, oh, it's going to be like Ultimate Fallout 4?
Look, I don't know what drove people to go completely bananas, but is there potential behind this character? Absolutely. Pretty much going to be the future Black Panther, plain and simple. So it's funny because that article came out, and then you got the preview for issue 5, where the cover kind of looks like an homage cover to Ultimate Fallout 4. So I don't know, man. I think, coming out the gate, and I was saying this with a couple of the boys in the chat. I'm like, man, not even Miles Morales got this type of hype out the gate, and he was the next Spider-Man, one of the biggest characters. So it's very interesting. It's something that I don't think anybody would have predicted. The pricing right now is insane. $1,000 Canadian raw.
And Marcel, yeah, it's raw because the book came out on Wednesday, right? So if anybody got them graded, they either work there or it's fake because yeah.
But yeah, man. So like I said, Miles Morales got none of this love that he got coming out the gate as Spider-Man, and Spider-Man being one of those, it's a household name, man. It's one of the biggest characters ever, and it didn't get this love, and people are already comparing this to Ultimate Fallout 4 of the current.
Do you think it was in what's the legal term? Was it good faith for Bleeding Cool to come out and say that, because I do think that kind of made it spike way more than it actually did. Face, what's your take on that? Do you think that was, that was pretty much out of bounds play there with them saying, hey, this is going to be like Ultimate Fallout 4? Or do you think that people would still be paying this kind of money if they didn't do that at all?
It's interesting because even before that article from Bleeding Cool came out, the book was already kind of, on a pretty steady upward trend at that point. So, I mean, the article coming out, it definitely gave it, a bump because, there's a lot of eyes on Bleeding Cool, but a lot of the eyes that I will say this, a lot of the eyes that are on Bleeding Cool are also kind of skeptical when they read shit from Bleeding Cool. Like, maybe it's an interesting article or whatever, and there might be some truth to it. It could be completely out of left field. It's just hard to say what you're going to get with news sites like that. But the thing is, the character does have a lot of potential. It's got a pretty cool design. People are digging the character already. There's definitely a possibility.
Have you guys read it in the sense of like what the character is? So like the character is basically against technology, like he's trying to get it back to like the just didn't know, because like some people were surprised when I told them that, and I was like, no man, he's like totally against like technology basically. So I just have a hard time with what Wakanda is, and him trying to be like basically like go back to the old school ways of things. I just thought, okay, this might be a while, because I've even heard people, and I won't name names because that's not what I'm about, but like some people, as quickly as people jumped on Null, as quickly as people jumped on Punchline, there's people being like, yo, this guy, oh man, so they're setting this up because Black Panther 2, he's going to be in it, and he's going to take the man. It's like, it's so crazy and quick how we just switch gears from like, okay, it's going to be Suri. No, you know what, it's going to be this person. And now all of a sudden, no, it's Tosin. Tosin is the next person. And it's like, yo, slow the fuck down, man. This character just came out.
But though, from the writer's perspective, this is a great character, especially the way that they've introduced him, because obviously he's a good guy, but he's still on an opposite side of the playing field from the other good guys. So immediately this character has a lot of room for growth, because neither side is going to be completely right in their thinking. Him being completely anti-technology and everything, obviously that's no type of way to live. On the other hand, the stuff that the people that he's got the disagreement with, the government of Wakanda, Black Panther himself and everything like that, and his views of how they're exploiting the technology, that's going to play into it a lot and kind of make Black Panther second guess his choices. So there's a lot of room for story there that's going to be really good. It is a character that does definitely have the sort of potential that Miles has, but it's hard to say if he'll get that big. You just never know if somebody's going to blow up that much.
Yeah, no, I don't see it getting to the point where he's a household name, man. That's
right. The Wakanda thing, it's just a little harder to get those stories as far along.
At the height of
a lot for that, though.
At the height of the Miles Morales, whatever word you want to insert there, but like when he was at the hot of the hot, right? So most of last year, most of 2022, like
even now.
Yeah, even now, but like 9.8s at the most at the height of Miles, a 9.8 was going for about 4,200 Canadian. Okay. Yeah. So my issue, and this is just my opinion. I don't, if I have an issue, big deal, newbie, but like my issue is when you add something, whether it's Bleeding Cool or whether it's CNN, whatever the case may be, when it's just proven that even with how bogus Bleeding Cool is, and they put out this article and they attach, this is going to be like Ultimate Fallout 4. Look at what it's doing to the book, right?
Oh, it definitely causes
like that's manipulation to the book, because if it turns out to be like 3 months from now, this character is nothing, then I mean, I'd be pissed if I'm reading Bleeding Cool and they told me to get this, and now I paid $1,000 for it. Like, I get it, because the Black Panther stuff has got a big question mark to it, because we don't know who's going to take that mantle. But again, we're in the multiverse, so they could essentially just get any person and be like, oh, this is T'Challa from like Earth 87A, or this is Chala from like Earth
Very true.
1000. You know what I mean? Like, so they don't necessarily have to bring in these like new characters. Like I said, I had people message me and want to talk about how this character is going to be the next Black Panther in the next movie. And I was like, whoa,
No,
slow down.
but that's the case. That's the problem. Is like, and I get it. You know, people want to spec it and tie it to the MCU. Almost every book gets tied to the MCU now. But this character is one issue in, barely has any backstory. Everyone's already tying it to that.
I think people are just solely heavily attached with Ultimate Fallout 498 goes for $3,000 now. Let's say $3,000 right now because I don't know the price. I haven't checked. Okay. Oh, and this person's telling me this is exactly like that. Okay, I'm gonna get all the covers I can because if I can make $3,000, that's what I'm gonna do. Right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is the character just showed up last week? Keep it thorough, guys. If I'm not mistaken, Black Panther is in space right now. You know what I mean? So I feel like the presence now of this character, showing up in issue 3, there's gonna be some build up to where it's gonna get. I feel like Wakanda is gonna be divided. Or something's gonna happen where this guy's gonna have say. You know what I mean? He'll be a big player in the comics, but I don't know why people are going crazy. Miles Morales level and Newbie. Maybe you are on to the fact that Bleeding Cool dropped the article, and it could be because of that. But man, I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy to see these numbers. That's all I'm saying. Am I impressed? 100%. I haven't seen. Like, I see it weekly where, we all see it weekly where numbers hit absolutely crazy numbers on new release day, man. Like a $5 book ends up being on.
But this is close to probably the biggest jump or the biggest book to come out in 2 years. If you actually go and look, there's no book that has jumped to, and again, it's like some people were selling it, and I get it. Noob, you can sell anything for whatever. But people are already buying it at 500. People were buying it at 600. People were buying it at 700. People were buying it at 8. So what do you think comes next? Everybody's talking about this book, right? So I just think that, like, where's the ceiling on it? And here's the thing, right? Mel V made a good point. I was on his show on Friday night, Drunken Chat. Shout out to those guys. But Mel V said it straight up. He said, Marvel's got to be very careful with this character, especially and Marvel's not stupid. They probably, that information from Bleeding Cool probably reached them. They, like, everybody knows it already. So I'm assuming no. But man, with great power comes great responsibility. And I know it's Spider-Man. It's not Black Panther saying, but like that holds true to a lot of things, man. They got to be very careful with this because if people are jumping bridges and jumping off rooftops to get a copy of this, I mean, that's big, man. People are expecting this to be Ultimate Fallout 4 of like a $3,000 to $4,000 book. This is a little crazy, man. Like, I'm looking at prices and I'm like, I wouldn't buy that for that. Like, I'm happy saying that I sold my cover A's for 30. I'm okay with that.
But I mean, comic book companies, they do introduce characters all the time that are supposed to be huge or whatever, and they just don't end up panning out, so it's hard to say. This one I think will have a lot more potential down the road than the ones that haven't panned out. So I think it's one we'll see sticking around for a while, especially the way he kind of fits into the the whole Black Panther universe, Wakanda, and everything like that. It's an interesting direction for him to take, and I like it. I'm a lot more interested to read his story right now and how he's going to approach everything than anything else. So.
And dude, Face, like I said, the book just came out. Immediately, people are like, "Man, this is going to be the replacement for Black Panther." Look,
we got to give him a little time. He do his own thing,
but give it just a bit of time. You might not be wrong, and I'll give you an example. Okay, things that have happened recently in comics that are currently happening in the MCU. Example, Avengers 8. That of the current run that's going on, you have a fucking Celestial become it's frozen into the ground, right? Frozen into the earth, and it's the new Avengers headquarters. That's what happened at the end of Eternals, right? So that's something that recently happened in comics, but they brought it into the MCU. Now, I'm not saying rule this guy completely out for the possibility of being in the MCU, but I'm saying might not be now, but maybe once we have backstory with him for 2-3 years, maybe. You know what I mean? There's a possibility. But I do
that being said,
but I do
$1,000 though. I think that's something we gotta
Yeah, like
that's, I mean, $1,000. Like, listen,
that's ballsy, man. Because $1,000.
if you have that 1 in 25 and you're getting that for it, I guess great. But wow,
If
I
I
damn
had
sure
two
would
though,
not be paying that money for
if
it.
I had two though, like to the question that North 49 had said, right? Like if you had two of them, and let's, he said Black Panther or the hot book of the week, right? Let's use Black Panther. If you had two copies, and I know that I can get 500 to 1,000 on one, you know what? I'm gonna take my chance and keep one, send one off to CGC. It's gonna be a 9698 just because I got it off the shelf. It's in good condition already, and then I'm getting my money, man. I'm making 500 to 1,000 bucks on that second one. I'm okay with it. And then if down the road, 5 years
if you got
later,
that second one,
yeah, and then if 5 years down the road it does become Ultimate Fallout 4, I'll say you're an idiot. I'll look in the mirror and be like, you're an idiot because you didn't keep it. But then I'll be happy because I took $1,000 and I still have one, right? So,
but see, I mean, at the same time, I don't know. See, that's the thing, because like, ultimately, even if let's assume the best case scenario. Let's say this character pans out, he's fucking great character, and they want to bring him into the MCU within, like, let's call it 2 or 3 years time. Okay, that's fantastic, and the book obviously will spike, whenever that happens. Well, how much is that $1,000 book going to really spike? Compared to, let's say, the cover A, where you're only putting in $20-$30, and you'll see it jump up to a couple hundred. So I just like the cover A personally more, because I think that $1,000 shit right now, that's fucking wow.
See, but people, like, for me, for example, BC, I think we're on the same level. But like, if I knew I could get $1,000 for this book, I would definitely take it because there's some grails that I want. Like $1,000.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't
Iron
you?
Man 55, Fantastic Four Annual 2, FF 52. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, but again, that's me. Like I was saying earlier, it's to drop $1,000 on a book that came out 6-7 days ago. Man,
I still gotta have two of them though.
dude, it's ballsy as fuck because $1,000 will get you so many solid keys that are gonna stay at those levels.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a huge gamble. Listen, I like to gamble. I like to take risks, man. I would have never bet on Cincinnati. I'll tell you that much. But,
Right.
But again, it's a huge, huge risk. That's all I'm saying. I hope it pans out, and I hope this, because the character is interesting. We're one book in; it's only one book, and I'm excited to read more about this character and see where it goes from there. But like all the points I was saying before, give it time, man. Just give it time. Let it play out. If you got yourself a copy at a good price, man, props to you. I wish you guys the best, but fuck, $1,000 hurts.
Yeah, I don't know that the price is good any longer for selling. Great, yeah, they damn sure. You got that extra copy?
Somebody did. Yeah, I would sell. Like, I would keep one if you had enough copies. But I mean, if you're lucky to have 2 1 in 25s and you can get $5 to $1,000 for one, by all means, man, I would. That's just me personally. Everyone's in different situations. I mean, we're still in a pandemic, right? People sometimes forget. So, I mean, depending on your situation financially, I mean, it is what it is. But I would keep one and sell one, get my money, and go buy another key.
And guys, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's one cover that got pushed. It's coming out real soon. So,
and it's got a second print too, which a lot of people said this would hurt it. This would hurt that book if there was a second print.
Well, no, man, I don't think it would hurt the ratio. It seems like the ratio is kind of like the Ultimate Fallout 4 ratio. You know how that one ended up hitting stupid numbers. But yeah, man. So I don't know if it'll touch the ratio. The cover A's, the cover B's. Cover A, no matter what series we talk about, cover A is the one I always want, and I feel like that's just
for sure
collectors, man. That's the one you gravitate to. But the ratio shouldn't be touched. If they come out with more ratios for the second print, that's full of shit, my opinion.
Yeah, if you got on that ratio pre-FOC and everything like that, and managed to pick up, more than one copy, I mean, shit, that's where it was at. And you definitely made it come up for your Grail investment.
Yeah.
That the prices they're at now. Whew.
All I got to say is stop sleeping on Black Panther #1 first appearance of Amola. That's a badass girl.
Amalola.
Okay, I hope I pronounced that good. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Whether that book,
he is right about that too.
Whether that book stays at $1,000 or doesn't, right? We live in a hobby, especially the last, like, I'd say 3 years, where what's next? right? Like people are already on what's next. So like any book, if you go back in time, whether it be a big key or not, every book has a dip. This one is not. This one is not going to be the one that shifts history in comics. This is not. This is going to also have a dip. How low it goes, who knows? If a month from now, people are like, Kevin Feige's like, no, we don't have any plans for this guy. I don't know who told you. That book is literally a $5 book tomorrow, right? Like that's just what it is. So you never know, but every book has a dip. Every book has its day. Not to say it's going to stay down, but at the same time, like if you really want this book, if you really think that you missed out, just keep in mind, there's a second print coming. No, newbie. I don't want the second print. I want the first print. All right. How patient are you? Because I don't think you want to spend $500 to $1,000 on this book. Because if you do the list of certain keys compared to that one, I'm taking the field and taking those keys way before I'm spending money on this one. That's all I'm saying. So be careful. Just, save your money, be patient. That's it. How would you guys play the Hulk 6? Taking out the bleeding stool effect. Did they say something about Hulk 6 too?
I have no idea. Probably. I mean,
I think Donny Cates was already
they probably will, especially since it's a Kate story.
Yeah, I thought Donny Cates was already hyping that book up. Like he said.
Yeah, I mean, Donny Cates is getting hyped one way or another.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely gonna get it.
100%, yo.
Listen, Donny Cates spec. It's hard to say, man. You never know how it's gonna play out. You got to find your own vibe on that one because it's just such a tough call. Because he's as likely to make a character that's really dope and sticks around like Cosmic Ghost Rider as he is to make a character that is here for 2 minutes and then we just hope coming back like Black Winter because there was a lot of potential there.
His name is
comes out
Titan,
for fucking
right? His name is Titan. Is that what I was hearing correctly?
No, I think he's just saying he's going to become a Titan or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I could tell you that people are already saying that's his name, unfortunately. But
is it?
No,
I thought it just said he was becoming a Titan.
Some people are saying that that's the name, but if it's not, who the fuck knows? I'm gonna wait till issue 6 to say what his name is.
Remember what the Siltation said, right, BC? Because you were the one that actually mentioned it to me. But in the Siltation, it says this villain is going to be a null threat. And again, though, people are comparing this to Null. So even the Hulk 3, right? And BC, we talked about it many times.
Yep.
People were saying, oh, look what happened in Venom 3. So maybe Hulk 3, right? Like they were connecting the dots. And then, everybody was like, no, it's going to be 6. It's going to be 6. But people were still going crazy for Hulk 3. So,
but a lot of the big thing about the, Null was the fact that people didn't really know as much that he was coming. So that Venom 3 kind of got slept on a little bit. Whereas this announcement's out there. I mean, so
dude, I'm telling you right now, people are still buying
shit out of Hulk 6.
People are still buying Hulk 3s. I found one on Friday at Paulo's place. He had one copy. I found it. I put it on the bay. Somebody paid $25.
Well, they'll call it a cameo or some shit, or
but people are still buying it. People are still wanting it. So
yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
So Hulk 6, what I had said is the solicitation of the book states that there is a there's a Null-like villain that is going to be appearing in this book. Marvel themselves has put out this information. So obviously the hype is incredible surrounding the book.
Right.
Stock up, man, it might hit, it might flop. Who the fuck knows? I'm excited to read about it. I think the book's starting to take a cool turn. It's taken me time to adapt to this.
Issue 3?
Sorry? No.
Because you said the book is taking a turn, so I just thought you were talking about issue 3.
No, what I'm saying is, as of issue 3, like I'm starting to dig the story. It's taking me time to adapt to this new concept of Hulk, but I'm curious, man. So like I said, the solicitations out there, people know, everybody knows. So I expect everybody to be buying the book based off of the hype and the comparison to Null, because Null was fucking huge.
And we saw how that played out.
Yep. Hey man, don't write him out. Don't write him out.
It was actually a cool event and everything, and it was fine. Oof.
It's
kind of an
Kate's though.
abrupt
So
ending.
like I'm just scared that at the end of this run or at the end of this story, whatever, it's just gonna end up being like fucking Scorpion or Rhino, something stupid. Like virus, like
No,
do
I don't
people
think you're
forget
gonna
virus?
really
Do
see
people
that in
forget
this case.
Codex? Like, where are those people, right? And that's just what I worry with this. That's all.
I mean, I don't think you'll really see that in this case. I mean, I feel like this is just gonna be some, the potential there would be maybe that it's another version of the Hulk, so it just basically ends up being the Hulk and Bruce Banner, but it'll still be its own character. So,
and you know what, North 49, I love you asking questions, man. But he's asking the really hard one. He's asking, so how many copies are you snagging? And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be heavily printed, right? Because everybody and their mother is gonna want it. Everybody's been talking about it. Marvel has already said, hey, it's going to be issue 6, like BC said. The Facilitation already says, hey, it's going to be number 6. It's going to be like, no. I really think that a lot of people already know about this if they haven't already ordered it or told their shops ahead of time. Like, I do think that they're going to know. I think a lot of people are going to talk about it. So you're probably going to want a ratio at this point. But I don't know, maybe 2 copies for me. BC, how about you?
Yeah, man, I would hopefully like to grab one, a ratio. I am going to be stocking up on the regular cover A's. I don't think I'll go crazy on cover B's and C's, but
no.
I try to aim for a 1 in 25 if the price is decent. Now, you guys all know how the shops are when it comes, because now they're no longer retailers, they're resellers. So if the 1 in 25 is at a decent price, I'll pick it up. But man, if they're going to start, because of all the hype, I'm expecting 1 in 25 to be already in the 3 digits once it comes out. That's the reality. So
yeah, but in fairness, you were already picking up the 125 regardless, just because your son's a Hulk fan. So
yeah, okay. Well, hold up. No, man, this is recorded. You might come back and be like, "Dad, you didn't get me yet."
Well,
I just committed you, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, would I order 25 copies for it? Man, I don't know, man, because like I said, that the hype behind it it's significant right now. I'm expecting it to be super heavily printed. I think a lot of people are going to get crazy. Shops are going to get crazy. They're going to want the ratios. So,
but here's the thing too is, and there are some people in the chat saying, so like Specs, and there's I think Absolute Venom saying, but okay, so he's saying I'm grabbing 20 copies of number 4. If it's not there, I'm gonna grab 50 copies of number 5. If it's not there, I'm gonna grab 100 copies of number 6. Right? Just because, and I'm asking you this just a question, guys. But do you think that Marvel? Do you think that they would fuck us? Like, do you think that they're like, hey man, it's gonna be an issue 6, it's gonna be issue 6, but then like come issue 4 or 5, they're like, it's here. Like, do you think that they would go that route, or can we circle, hey, number 6, it's going to be the thing?
I think it would be absolutely stupid if they did that, just because they've put emphasis on it being issue 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think more than likely you'll probably see it end up being in 6. You may see, a little cameo here or there, potentially somewhere before that. But I don't think it would be anything huge. Like I don't know. It's just there's no way to know for sure. But yeah, it feels like they're gonna go with issue 6 since they're putting it out there the way that they are. That being said, I don't know, man. Like I'm picking up a couple different copies, just because I'm picking up a couple of different covers, but I'm not picking up any more than one of each. You know what I mean? So I might end up with like 4 or 5 or whatever, just because I like that many covers. But yeah. It'll just be one each.
And just keep in mind, guys, too, if you're not, big on FOC or anything like that, but FOC just passed for Hulk 3 second print. It's white, same cover, but it's all white basically. It's not a sketch. I think there's another color in it, but I think it's like white and gray and something. But that could see some prices go up. I don't know. I don't see it happening, but some people probably go after it if they weren't able to get Hulk 3, which is crazy because a lot of people posted, hey man, my shop still has a ton of Hulk 3s, a Hulk 3 this and Hulk 3. So I don't know. Specsman is saying Marvel is notorious for writing solicitations for the book after the book.
So how about we all just play the game of reading the book as of now?
What? Reading? Oh man, you got to watch YouTube channels and they tell you what book to get. That's how it works.
Start picking up your books from 3 to 6, man, and
that's pretty much that's it.
You won't miss.
Yeah.
Tell you which books to get. Get them all. read them all, and then next week pick up the ones you like.
Yeah. All right, gang. That is the show. I appreciate everybody tuning in. We had about 78 people at the max, so I do appreciate you guys. It is Sunday. It is late on the East Coast, so I do appreciate you guys hanging out. Just keep in mind, we will be back Tuesday, 9:35 p.m. Eastern time. I might have a special guest on. Not going to ruin who, but we are talking hottest comics of January. So this Black Panther talk might lead and cross over into there. But yeah, we're back at it with the hottest comics of January, Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you missed it too, make sure you guys go check out my flea market books I bought just to flip video that I just posted on my Instagram. It's about 7 minutes, 8 minutes. So, you could fast forward, just go to the end. But check it out, man. It's a good time. I literally spent like 6.5 hours going through long boxes and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a good time. Face BC, I don't know who wants to talk and rep, but what's going on in your channel? What's going on in your end of the woods when it comes to YouTube?
DC, get them.
Well, tomorrow it's our monthly episode of the Retrospect, man. So we're gonna just hop in the DeLorean and go back maybe 3 years, 5 years.
How are all 5 of you gonna fit in the DeLorean? Just
bro, man.
Listen,
we
you
just
can't question it.
we
Just
fit
visit
that.
work.
because it's a 2-door car, so I'm just
We fit. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. But yeah, man, we go back as far back as 5 years, and we throw in one bonus random year at the end of the show, and we look at books that dropped, let's say, like the month of. So tomorrow's episode is going to be based on January, probably 2017, 2019, and we're going to see what books came out in January, how they pan out, did those specs pay off, good, stories. We'll talk about it thoroughly. But yeah, man, so Comic Kingpins, you can find us on YouTube. Come subscribe. We just had our 250 subscriber giveaway show, but guess what? Now we're kicking off the 500, baby, and we got some prizes for you guys, man. Yo, it was madness. If you missed it, go catch the replay, man. It dropped last Monday.
Yeah. And speaking of giveaways, I got my 3,000 giveaway. I'm about 298 or 99, so there's been a jump. So I appreciate everybody subbing and watching. Guys, that's our show. Have fun. Stay safe. Happy Monday. If you got to work tomorrow, I got to work tomorrow. So, yeah, it is what it is. If you're a Cincinnati fan, if you're an LA Rams fan, congratulations. Next week, guys, there is no football. Actually, there is. There's the Pro Bowl, but who watches the Pro Bowl? Anyway,
no football.
Thanks for hanging out. We will see you guys Tuesday, 9:35 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget the Comic Kingpins Monday, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Chat, you've been great. Thanks so much. We'll check you guys out later.
Peace.